Signs Unlimited of South Carolina, the sign professionals. From a neighborhood entranceway to vehicle lettering to helping your church spread the message. And banners, oh yes, we do banners. Call 438-1200.
Due to increased concentrations of greenhouse gases already accumulated in the atmosphere, Washington will likely face impacts to our forests, agriculture, snowpack, coasts, infrastructure, fisheries, and other natural resources that are vital for our economy, communities, and environment. Many of these challenges created by changing climate and environmental conditions are similar to those we have been wrestling with for decades: water supply, water quality, ecosystem health, air quality, and shoreline and habitat protection and restoration. But the rate and severity of the changes that we are likely to witness in the coming years will be unlike anything Washingtonians have ever experienced. State agencies, tribal governments, and counties and cities have been developing action plans to address and adapt to the changing climate. Washington is not alone.
I'm Doug Long. I'm a senior here at Camden High School, and I'm sitting in the Camden High School Aquaponics greenhouse.
My name is Olivia Nash, and we're in the Aquaponics lab.
Hi, my name is Regina Rivers. I am in 12th grade, and I attend Camden High School.
Caleb Branham, and I'm a junior at Camden High.
I'm Blake Snyder, and we're in the Camden High School greenhouse.
Hi, I'm Lucas Joseph, and I'm a senior at Camden High School, and here we are in the Aquaponics lab.
I'm Alex Reynolds. I'm a senior at Camden High School.
I'm Johnny Deal. I'm a graduate of Camden High School, and I'm here with my daughter Emily to look at her outdoor classroom.
Hi, welcome to Solutions. Today we're in Camden High School's Aquaponics lab. Stay tuned, we'll be back in a minute and learn more about aquaponics.
Aquaponics is the way to grow.
We are Atlantic Pools and Water Features, AtlanticPoolsOnline.com. We know pools. From new construction to renovation of all pool surfaces. And water features that make your pool a paradise. Atlantic Pools and Water Features has a full-service testing lab. Our lab is not affiliated with any chemical company. You can trust us to give you only what you need. We carry a full line of filtration systems and heaters to keep your pool comfortable all year long. Winter months can be frustrating. Get your pool ready at Atlantic Pools and Water Features. Who wants a swamp come springtime? Get a pool cover to protect your pool, also to protect your children and pets from accidents. Atlantic Pools and Water Features, Highway 601, Lugoff. Take I-20 to exit 92. Discounts for seniors and military. Signs Unlimited is a full-service sign shop with custom fabrication of most sign types, where quick service and outstanding quality make lasting value. We design a wide array of vehicle and trailer graphics, almost anything to help you spread your message. And banners, oh yes, we do banners of all sizes. Give us a call at 803-438-1200. Take I-20 to exit 92. We're on the frontage road in Lugoff.
Welcome back to Solutions Aquaponics.
Today we're in South Carolina at Camden High School in their Aquaponics lab. Let's take a couple minutes and figure out
what is aquaponics.
Aquaponics, that's easy. That's when you learn how to read underwater.
That's
Aquaponics is the time it takes for sound to travel through water.
You got fish on one side and you got plants on the other side. And there's some combination of these pipes and aqua, I don't even know.
That's
The Aquaponics lab is a place where we grow plants organically through fish.
We'll start with aquaculture, and we'll defer to NOAA.
That's NOAA, the government agency.
not Noah that built the ark.
The broad term aquaculture refers to the breeding, rearing, and harvesting of animals and plants in all types of water environments, including ponds, rivers, lakes, and the ocean. Hydroponics. Hydroponics typically refers to growing plants of some sort, but the general definition is the science of growing or the production of plants in nutrient-rich solutions or moist inert material instead of soil. So we take aqua from aquaculture and we put in ponics from hydroponics. And then we have a sustainable food production system that combines traditional aquaculture with hydroponics.
Aquaponics is essentially a soil-free system where the plants are placed in water, and inside the water is crayfish, koi, other small organisms that'll put their waste into the water, and it'll help give the plants the nutrients they need to grow.
Okay, now that we've got that all sorted out, let's take a couple minutes and see how the system works. First of all, let's take a look at the magic of nutrients. A nutrient is a chemical that an organism needs to live and grow, or a substance used in an organism's metabolism which must be taken in from its environment.
The fish in our system are the basic source of our nutrients. Right now we've got about 600 fish in our main tank with a few more hundred babies that we plan to hook up to the system once they mature.
First we have the fish. The waste from the fish is passed to microscopic organisms. Those organisms digest the waste, and then in turn their waste is passed to the plants as nutrients.
We filter it through some swirl filters which has bacteria in it. That bacteria give off nitrogen which we pump into our grow beds, as you see here.
The primary nutrients are nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. We'll be focusing on nitrogen and phosphorus for now. These major nutrients are usually lacking from the soil first because plants use large amounts for their growth and survival. That means as we harvest plants from the soil, we're taking away nutrients also.
The fish that we have in the greenhouse actually produce nitrates, and these red claws right here, they produce high amounts of phosphates. They're directly beneficial to the plants, such as the cucumbers that we have.
And all this is gonna, increase the nutrients that we put in the water, increasing the nutrients getting to our plants and overall benefiting the system.
With all of these processes going on, surely there are some tests that we can do to maintain quality control.
We do water tests to test the dissolved oxygen levels in the water, and normally it needs to be above 6.
Dissolved oxygen. Dissolved oxygen analysis measures the amount of gaseous oxygen, O2, dissolved in an aqueous solution. Oxygen gets into water by diffusion from the surrounding air, by aeration, rapid movement, and as a waste product of photosynthesis. This is an example of aeration. The bubbles take oxygen into the water. As dissolved oxygen levels in water drop below 5 milligrams per liter, aquatic life is put under stress. The lower the concentration, the greater the stress. So if we keep the oxygen level in our tanks at 6 milligrams per liter, we have relatively stress-free fish.
My name is Foster Williams. I'm a senior at Camden High School. Right now I'm trying to get a calculator to import graphs from a cable system from Texas Instruments. And what it essentially does is it'll measure different things in the water with probes that come with it. There's dissolved oxygen probe, a pH probe.
pH. pH is a measure of the acidic or basic, alkaline nature of a solution. The concentration of the hydrogen ion H+ activity in a solution determines the pH. Why does pH matter? A pH range of 6.0 to 9.0 appears to provide protection for the life of freshwater fish and bottom-dwelling invertebrates. It also limits the ability for mosquitoes to breed.
Now essentially every second it'll reset the sample and it'll get a sample of whatever it is and measure it over a period of time. So therefore if you set it up all night, it can give you a graph on the Texas Instrument calculator how the water changed in the past 24 hours.
So, what does all this add up to?
These plants are better than normal plants because there's no chemicals added. It's all organic and it's soil free. All our nutrients come from our fish.
I put some on my hamburgers anytime.
That is some good lettuce. Good.
When we come back, we'll look at how the system is built.
Why are people from all over coming to Camden, South Carolina? All of the wonderful shops at the 1011 Galleria. 1011 Broad Street, Camden. The Catery on Broad, catering everything from backyard barbecues to the largest corporate event. Trusted by MTV Networks. Trusted for the most special of occasions. Go to thecateryonbroad.com for more information. And Temple & Company. Make your home or office feel good. Home furnishing and interior design. Hard to find and one-of-a-kind items. Remember, a good interior designer not only saves you time, but also saves you money. The Broad Street Market has more than local and international flavors. From the top kitchenware brands like Le Creuset to handcrafted glass from Child Studio. We carry just about anything a new bride could want. Brides love the Broad Street Market. Get all your gifts wrapped at Box Paper Scissors. In addition to invitations, bridal and baby shower gifts, we carry Vera Bradley with custom monogramming and a great selection of Lily Pulitzer items. From invitations to thank you gifts, it's wrapped. The Travis Salon upstairs. TheTravisSalon.com. Come upstairs and be pampered in our full-service salon. Browse our extensive jewelry selection and be assured we carry most popular hair care products, including Paul Mitchell. When you're all done shopping, come and unwind at Salud Mexican Kitchen and Tequila Lounge. From beautifully prepared, great-tasting meals to the tremendous drink and tequila selection, the atmosphere is 100% Salud. Come and see why people are coming to the 1011 Galleria, 1011 Broad Street in Camden. We'll see you there. Signs Unlimited of South Carolina, the sign professionals. From a neighborhood entranceway to vehicle lettering to helping your church spread the message. And banners, oh yes, we do banners. Call 438-1200.
Welcome back to Solutions, Aquaponics.
A lot of work has gone into this system. Let's go back a little bit and see how it all got started.
Aquaponics got started here about 3 years ago with Coach Hendricks and Mr. Lemons.
We call him the fish man, Scott and I. We started growing cucumbers in my backyard. We had a solo tank with just one grow bed on top of it. And we ended up getting several hundred cucumbers off a couple of plants. And we wanted to take it to the next level, so we took that system and put it into my lab at school. And the system kept getting bigger and bigger. We ended up moving the lab setup into a single classroom. We ended up taking that outside where we could have a little bit more space, but it's hard to keep moving the system back and forth from inside to outside.
And then we needed more room and thought of the idea to do a greenhouse.
Well, we started with basically like just plain ground and dirt.
When we started, we came in here and there was nothing in it.
In the beginning, we had to first clear out the place, pick up rocks, and get everything squared off and leveled. And then that's when we started building everything.
So last semester they built the greenhouse, and then this semester, starting in about January when I took the class, we built everything that's in the greenhouse and made it all come together.
The big pond behind us, we dug all that out by hand.
We had a lot to do with digging the troughs out and making sure they were even so the liner didn't get ripped.
Not fun, but it took a while.
We started doing more technical stuff like the grow beds.
All these tanks.
Well, I've seen fish, crayfish, and plants all under one roof. It's outdoors. It's pretty neat.
Well, hands-on education is the best way to learn for many people. We have a wide range of students in my class. In our science, it's 11th and 12th grade class, and some of them are going on to higher education, and some of them are going straight into the workforce. This kind of bridges the gap between those two, where you can learn science, chemistry skills, how to do biology skills, or you can learn how to put together a system. If you're going straight into the workforce, I mean, we have plumbing out here, we have carpentry. There's several different aspects that students can take out of this. So it's not just for one group of students or just for another group of students. You can actually combine several different types of students into one classroom, and I think they get a better education because some people might not be exposed to different things unless they're in a classroom setting like this.
Working in here is a lot funner because you're actually doing something and you're not sitting in a desk for 8 hours. You actually get around to move and learn something that could be useful in the future.
It's better to work like hands-on with it because in a book you really don't get the grasp of everything. It's like better than just looking at it and reading it. So you get the understanding more. We're seeing the fishes and see how like from the beginning how everything was and how it is now. I like that part because it took like a lot of hard work to build all this.
My favorite thing about the system is how the fish and the crawfish allow the plants to grow, and the plants are the filter for the fish.
And it's really hands-on learning, which helps a lot, being able to see it get done and help with the process of it all.
Every other class, you learn inside, you're in a classroom environment and you're getting lectured by the teacher and studying in the book. Well, out here in the aquaponics greenhouse, we learn how to build the raft system. We learn how to build the fish tanks. We learn all about reading pH levels and dissolved oxygen levels. And it's a lot more hands-on than just getting lectured in a classroom.
It seems to me more students are excited about coming to class. You know, if they have lunch, they'll come out here and look at the greenhouse and see if everything's running properly. They'll come check it out on weekends. It's pretty amazing. I'll be sitting up here one Saturday morning doing something, and I'll have 3 or 4 students come up here seeing if there's anything they can do. So it's pretty exciting to see the learning aspect. You know, it doesn't just happen in class, but they are thinking about it outside the classroom, which is very hard to do.
I would definitely take this course again because it's a lot different than many other courses. You're outside every day and just doing something neat that you don't really do every day.
I started out teaching 2 earth science classes. Now this year I've taught 4 earth science classes, so we get more people and more classes each year.
It's the hopefully the process of the future, I should say.
When we come back, we'll talk to administrators, educators, and business people to see how a system like this can affect a student's future.
Once upon a time, traditions were handed down from generation to generation because they were really good. Traditions like Grandma Grandin's recipes and the philosophy that life is about choice. Those traditions are going strong at Sweet Carolina Cakes. 1037 Broad Street in Camden, South Carolina.
At Sweet Carolina Cakes, all the choices are as easy as:
how many people will you serve?
Do you want traditional or contemporary styling?
Buttercream icing or fondant?
And what flavors? Our signature sour cream vanilla pound cake, red velvet, buckeye, caramel.
We make fabulous wedding cakes, bachelor and bachelorette cakes, birthday cakes,
Reese's cup,
toy-inspired cakes, and character cakes.
Cherry limeade.
So come on in and bring your imagination. We'll put our award-winning skills to work for you. We'll make your cake as pretty as a picture. 272-0887, 1037 Broad Street, Camden, South Carolina.
Pumpkin spice, lemon raspberry.
The Travis Salon upstairs in the 1011 Galleria is more than just a salon. We're also a studio for several world-renowned artists. Come unwind with friends and feel like you're in a dream while you browse our extensive selection of one-of-a-kind and custom gifts. Hand-painted silk tie, hand-penned and painted greeting cards to let that someone special know how much you really care. Look through a vast collection of jewelry sure to satisfy just about any taste and any budget. The life of luxury at prices lower than most other salons. Don't forget, we are a salon. Just for you, we stock most hair care products like Redken, Matrix, and Paul Mitchell. Ask us about pamper parties. Go to the TravisSalon.com website for services and prices. 1011 Galleria in Camden.
Welcome back to Solutions, Aquaponics.
We're getting ready to talk to administrators, educators, and business people to see how a hands-on education system affects students' futures, local economies, and climate change. We'll start by talking to a top administrator, Dr. Mick Zais.
Dr. Zais earned a Bachelor of Science from West Point, a master's degree and PhD from the University of Washington, an advanced degree from the School for Advanced Military Studies, and was a research fellow at the National Defense University. He also served as the Pentagon's Chief of War Plans, a White House aide, and commanding general in several U.S. operations. Recently, he was the president of Newberry College, bringing it to U.S. News and World Report's one of America's best colleges.
One of the advantages of having the kind of learning environments that excites children or students is that they're much more likely to be excited about learning as they go forward. So I think that enthusiasm will carry forward into subsequent years of their education. You know, an individual teacher can really change a child's life.
Let's hear from a top educator about how hands-on systems affected her.
And so for me, when I was growing up and I got that very first experience to do science outside, it was like a light bulb. I was in college, so I was pretty far along before I got this experience.
Dr. Claudia Benitez Nelson started at the University of Washington at 13 years old, earning degrees in chemistry and chemical oceanography. From there, she earned her PhD in marine chemistry and geochemistry from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology Woods Hole Oceanographic Institute Joint Program.
And it wasn't until I took a course where the professor said, well, let's go into the lab and let's really explore and let's go outside and let's see how these things work, that I went, oh, well, this is a little bit more interesting, and it was fun.
I think the aspect that's really exciting about this program is its hands-on application of the abstract theory that they learn in the classroom. One of the primary complaints that we hear from students is, well, what's this got to do with real life?
So what's the things that they're learning that's going to be, you know, I think really appropriate for South Carolina, for the region, for our nation, and even internationally, is that hydroponics is a rapidly growing field. It has a lot of potential benefits from an ecological standpoint. We're looking at hydroponics to not only look at the different types of plants that can grow, how plants grow, but the organisms that live in that water, from the microscopic bacteria and plankton, the phytoplankton, the plants that are in the ocean, and in freshwater systems, to kind of the bigger guys, the fish, crawfish, things that we like to eat, and things that play a vital role in other organisms that we like to eat.
Students are able to see the relationship between the concepts they learn in the classroom and how they apply in real life. That's what we saw with these students, is they got excited about learning. They worked on Saturdays. They saw a tangible product of their work and their learning, and I think it was very, very innovative. And of course, students get interested and love learning when they play an active role in that process.
Personally, when I was in high school, I had plans of being a math major and just doing that. But now, ever since I did this my senior year, I've changed to be a biology major, and now hopefully get a secondary education minor and be able to do the same thing with my students in a few years.
Now that we've seen the effect a system like this can have on students' futures, let's take a minute and find out what effect it has on local economies.
The vegetables we're growing, they're grown locally. They have the highest nutritional value because of the way that we produce our vegetables through the aquaponics system. And if you have a high yield of fresh vegetables, local business owners would like to use that. Instead of shipping in stuff from other places, the freshness of the vegetables matters a lot.
One person freshness matters to is Demetrius Vigarellis, 2010 recipient of the Order of the Palmetto, the highest civilian award in the state of South Carolina.
Bottom line is customer satisfaction. So when I see that the stuff that comes in my back door is fresh, I know what goes on the plate and I know what customers eat.
In addition to being an outstanding citizen, with over 40 years experience in culinary arts, he's on his 5th successful restaurant venture.
Freshness is everything.
Is it possible that Camden High School has built a system that educates students and generates a positive cash flow? It's a little early to tell, but the future's looking really good. Forget about students' futures. Forget about local economies. What can a system like this do for the rest of the world?
With 97% of our water being in the ocean and not useful to us for drinking, 2% of the water on Earth is frozen. That leaves us 1% water that we can use. With our system that we've created at Camden High School, you use about 90% less water than you would in a normal farming situation where you would raise fish and where you would raise vegetables.
Most of us are seeing freshwater supplies depleting firsthand. Lower water tables, lower pond levels, coupled with higher water usage, point to water conservation being a high priority around the globe. With Camden's system using 90% less water and agriculture taking 70% of all freshwater usage, it's easy to see how this system can point to a brighter future for everyone.
I think the whole field of aquaculture, aquaponics, hydroponics is an exciting field. Obviously, the population of the United States and the world is growing exponentially. All of us have to eat. And this is a method of agriculture that's low impact on the environment and provides an enormous benefit to society. So frankly, this is a field that's ripe for career development, ripe for innovation, and could make a significant contribution to our country.
Go Dogs!
Camden High School is demonstrating why America is strong. When we find a problem, we find solutions. Good job, Camden, and good job, South Carolina.